see if you agree with our November sweeps predictions? Trip leaves a message for Rafe at the police station while at Allie's apartment. When Allie returns with Henry, they wonder if seeing Charlie was real or not. They hug and Allie tells him she loves him, finally saying that was the only part of last night she is sure was real. Trip shares the sentiment and leaves to see Ava. Chanel stops by to check on Allie, who called in sick to work. Allie explains she's not sick. She encountered a scary situation. She doesn't want to get into it, but she does tell Chanel she told Trip she loved him. Chanel blanches, but says she's happy for them. She then tells Allie she and Johnny made up after his awful behavior with the Ouija board. He even worked at the bakery this morning to cover Allie's shift. He helped with a 56th anniversary cake. Ava is happy to see Rafe when he walks into the interrogation room, but he tersely questions her about the dead body in their kitchen. She insists Charlie did it, and wonders why Rafe is being so cold. He tells her only one pair of fingerprints were found on the knife, hers. He questions her about her alliance with Philip, but she wants to know why he didn't show up for her when Sean called him last night. He flashes to having sex with Nicole and says, "Maybe there's something I need to tell you." Shows up at the station to support Ava. He tells Rafe he also saw Charlie last night. After hearing Trip's story, Rafe flashes to Nicole freaking out about Demos. Rafe leaves to check on Charlie's grave. At the penthouse, Daredevil cackles to herself over the havoc she wreaked on Halloween night. She picks up a knife and stabs a jack-o'-lantern. As she talks to herself about wanting to finish John off for good, Brady walks in. He wants Marlena's advice on Rachel, who is asking all kinds of questions about Kristen. Marlena suggests he tell his daughter the truth, about himself. When Brady expresses confusion, Marlena calls him out for harboring impure thoughts about Chloe. Brady insists he's trying to respect her relationship with Philip. He has to accept that he blew his chance with her. Marlena counters that he find Chloe and, without a word, lay her down on the conference table to show her how big his feelings are for her. Brady's mouth hangs open. There's no way he's doing that. Marlena urges him to be honest with himself and the woman he loves. This is the most direct way. It's bold and daring and romantic. Brady points out he's her boss, but Marlena reminds him the conference room table worked out for her and John. Marlena pushes him to tell Chloe how he feels. Brady's face contorts, but he says okay and leaves. When Nicole gets to work, Chloe notes she looks tired. She asks what she did last night. "I had sex on that conference table with Rafe," she responds. Chloe cringes and moves away from it while pressing for details. Nicole recounts how Demos returned and she killed him again. Then Rafe showed up and comforted her, which led to conference table sex. Chloe asks if that was a one-time thing or the start of something. Nicole doesn't know. Brady walks into the basic black conference room as Chloe scrubs the table. He passionately kisses her and lays her on the conference table, but it's just a fantasy. Susan bursts into Ben and Ciara's apartment to warn them that their baby is in grave danger. Ciara doesn't buy it, but Ben backs Susan up when she reminds Mrs. Weston her visions helped save her before. Ben thinks they should hear her out. Ciara reluctantly agrees. Ciara and Susan sit on the bed as Susan explains she needs to focus her visions. She needs to hold on to something, so Ben suggests the belly. Susan lays her head on Ben's torso. When Ben says he meant Ciara's, she chuckles and says she couldn't resist a good six-pack. She lets him go and puts her hands over Ciara's belly. She senses the baby's life force and then yells out, "The evil!" She collapses back into Ben's arms. Susan wakes up in Ben and Ciara's bed after Ben has left. She tells Ciara she didn't mean to upset her and will leave. Ciara stops her. She needs to know if her baby is really in danger. Susan places her hands on Ciara's stomach again. She says the evil is very strong. It's not coming from Ben though, the evil is coming from someone else. Alone, Daredevil anticipates the seed she planted in Brady's brain causing trouble. She opens the door to go finish John off, but runs into Ben. He tells her Ciara's pregnant. A smile spreads over Daredevil's face. She embraces Ben and says, "That's the best news ever." Days of Our Lives spoilers say some exciting baby developments are still to come, so stay tuned to Duel.